Hello everyone, I am here on AdStar Minecraft with Stiggy, Mushu, and my son Noah, and I wanted to pump this family-friendly server up real quick. If you're looking for a safe place to play for your children, this is an awesome place for the younger crowd. An awesome staff, awesome mods, and I can't say enough good things about it. But anyway, you are here to find out what is going on with the 1.14 villagers and their workstations and distances on who I bring in, where I bring in, what I set down. I'm about to go over all of that. Let's find out. Hello everyone, this is Vegas Vic, and I'm going to be bringing you what these new villagers will be doing. They each have their own specific block, and if you set that block down and bring them over to it, they will then associate themselves with that block. Now you want to be careful and not set down a whole bunch of blocks, the workstations, with a bunch of villagers, because you'll have no idea who's claimed what. You might recognize the outfits, but if you use, let's say, 10 lecterns and you've got 20 villagers, you'll have no idea which villager is associated with which lectern. The most important thing you can do is wherever your breeder's at and you're bringing them in, you want to bring them in one at a time. Now you want to be at least 48. I would say a safe bet would be probably 50 blocks away from your breeder where your trading hall is going to be, and you want to bring them in one at a time. And once you get them in that trading hall, that's when you want to drop the associated workstation that you want them to work at, well, one that you need. So what you do is you'll get them in there, you'll sit down the workstation, and you'll wait for them to change. Now they'll change into the outfit, and I'm going to go over what outfits. You'll see this is a desert associated one, but each villager with each workstation has a different outfit that you'll notice here. The blast furnace is for the armorer. The smoker is used by the butcher. Cartography table is used, of course, by the cartographer. The brewing stand, the cleric. Composter, the farmer. The barrel is used by the fisherman. Go to the back over here, you'll see a grindstone is used by the weaponsmith. A smithing table is used by the toolsmith. The loom is used by the shepherd. And a brand new one that we have is a stone cutter. It's a mason, and it's also with the bedrock has the same one. Now I think there's some small differences in it according to the Minecraft wiki, but basically by using this block you could get stairs a little more quicker. Next up is the lectern, that's the librarian. The cauldron is for the leather worker, and the fletching table is, of course, for the fletcher. Now, according to the Minecraft wiki, these workstations can be accessed up to 8 blocks away in any direction, as you see I've got here, and that's at their feet, and apparently 9 below. But that's not working for some reason or another. That lectern for this librarian needs to be right next to him, or he will not unlock his trades when the time comes, and it happens twice a day. In the morning they'll restock themselves with their workstation so you can trade with them again and it'll unlock. And then later in the afternoon, once you've locked something up, later in the afternoon they'll restock themselves again. But for some reason it's not working 8 blocks away. You really need to have that workstation right next to them. So again, when going back to your breeder, when you're bringing the villagers into your trading hall, you want to make sure you bring them in one at a time, then set down the workstation, and again make sure that they change into the outfit that you want, and then you go ahead and bring more in, but again one at a time. So we're going to go over and take a look, if I can get out of here. Take a look at the distances that I was talking about on my thumbnail. Now I've set down workstations down here for some 6 villagers on this end here. I just randomly picked a bunch of workstations just to see what they'd pick. The key number here is 47 blocks. Ironically, it's just the same as the zombies pathfinding to the turtle eggs. If they are within 47 or less, they'll pathfind to a turtle egg and break it. So I've marked it off here to make sure I didn't make any math mistakes. But you'll see where if we go 47 blocks in where our villagers are at, they've already selected a block of their choice. And again, it's not lined up with them. It's random. So you don't, again, you do not want to bring a whole bunch of villagers in and drop a whole bunch of workstations. You will have a big mess on your hands. And those of you that are already running 1.14, if you've done that, you're probably here saying, yep, I did that. So anyway, I've set this up to see how far away we need. For example, if you didn't want this guy to be a mason or a blacksmith or whatever he is, whatever block he accepted back there, and you wanted it to be something else, well, you want to break that workstation. That workstation is going to be associated with him, and it's actually associated by where you place it. Now there's a code that Frehlioth put in. I could put it in too here, but Frehlioth has a great update for his 1.14 trading hall. I'm going to put a link in that below. He's an excellent YouTuber. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's got tons of great videos. Anyway, he mentioned a couple numbers, so I ran some tests, and I had some of them would actually do what he said. 96 blocks away is what he was talking about. You get these guys 96 blocks away, and they should change so long as you have not traded with them. Once you trade with them, they are stuck with that profession. If you unlock their trades and you take them far enough away from their workstation or destroy it and take them far enough away, they'll still retain that same skin. And the only thing that they will associate themselves with will be another workstation for their profession. So again, once you have traded with them, they are stuck with that profession. And if you remove that workstation, you're going to need to put it back. You can't trade them out. But once you get a new one in here, if you decide, well, I didn't want that, and you haven't traded yet, then by all means, you can run them back. And that's what I'm going to do right here. Now, I have not traded with these guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them away, far enough away from these workstations that hopefully one of these numbers will be right. It's supposed to be 96. And I got somebody coming back, and I think I know why. Aha, that's why. I forgot to turn these switches off. So they're getting some free rides. I'll get them back in here. Okay. Now I'm probably going to speed this up because I'm not sure how long it's going to take. And also, let me change the time on this. A lot of their day has to do with either sleeping, working, gathering, and the time sets for those are at 0 ticks they're going to be working and breeding, 2,000 ticks they're going to be working, 8,000 ticks they're going to be gathering, 10,000 ticks they're going to work, 11,000 ticks if they're out and about they'll be heading home and breeding again. By 12,000 ticks, 14,000 ticks they'll be sleeping. It's different for the unemployed. And also the children and the nitwits, they have a little bit of a different schedule, not too far off. But I'm probably going to let this thing run and then speed it up till we see where the change is. You'll see that I have here, this guy is 95 blocks away from his workstation. This one's 96, 97, and so forth all the way to 100. So what I'm going to do now is let this run, and I will go ahead and speed it up when the time comes and see when they make the change to unemployed again. I shall return. Well, as you can see, I let this run for just a little bit, and it looks like the one that should have changed, the ones that should have changed back 96 blocks away still retains his cleric outfit. The farmer's still retaining his at 97. And I've got 3 unemployed at 98, 99, and 100. So let me send them back. They should pick up again on possibly a different one, same one, who knows. I have not changed the workstations. And of course I forgot these down here. So they're going to have another free ride. Yes, I guess I should have made just one switch, right? And I can see he already picked up the cleric, and there he goes too. He's picked up his. So I don't know if that's what the professions were that they had before. Let's see this last one coming in. Let's see if he changes. Oh, and he did. Oh, this time he picked. I know he didn't have a librarian before, so he actually changed into a librarian. So from what I gather, fairly often mentioned 96. I believe the wiki also says the same thing, but through my testing, I noticed that you also noticed by watching this that at 98, 99, and 100 they definitely changed for sure back to unemployed. Again, these are villagers I have not traded with, and if you have traded with them already, those trades will be locked. I want to go back over these guys again in a distance in a moment, but the workstations are set right under block 47, and I've set up my little abacus calculator. Anyway, I had to set the blocks to make sure that I definitely had this right, and this was the 47th block, exactly where they're sitting. At 48 blocks they won't do anything, but that doesn't mean that you can take them 48 blocks away and they lose their profession. They just won't. As you can see, I had to take them 98, 99, and 100 blocks away. But again, it's supposed to be 96 as of the wiki. So it seems like there might still be a few bugs left. One of the ones, and I know I think I've read this a dozen times, about the workplace block being within 8 blocks in any horizontal distance at feet level, like this one is here. But he's not able to restock his trades. I tested this out earlier, and I traded with these guys and traded with him. They locked out several trades. I waited the time, got myself something to drink, came back and waited, and then you'll hear this noticeable sound when the time comes, either in the morning or in the afternoon, a restocking. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's a definite noise that you will definitely hear during those times where they're at their workstations and they restock everything. Unfortunately for this guy, even though the wiki says he can reach it within 8 blocks and restock, he did not. So I ended up moving that block back next to him, and the very next time that the restocking occurred, like I said, I think it was by afternoon or morning, I can't remember which it was, but he did eventually restock. So anyway, I hope this really helps you guys. Remember, if you are going to take a trading hall, build a trading hall, and have your breeder, just make sure they're more than 48 blocks. I would probably go 60, 70. I know Furlioth had said 160. I see no problem with it being about 50, 60 blocks away, but make sure that you cart them into that trading hall one at a time. Once they're there, set down the workstation that you want him to be associated with. Once he changes the outfit, you're good to go. You can go for the next one. I can't stress it enough, one at a time. And right now, those of you who are already running 1.14, if you've set down those workstations around a bunch of villagers and you can't figure out who is what, you're going to have to take them really far away from there. If you've already traded with them, I couldn't tell you what you could do right now. I don't have a fix for that. I'll probably look into that a little later, perhaps do a video on trying to fix something like that. The only thing I can suggest is moving that villager probably over 100 blocks away, making sure you're probably going to do it with all of them, and then bring them back in one at a time. But make sure you get rid of those workstations, and when they get in there, give them the workstation that they are already associated with. That is if you've traded with them already. If they haven't, then they should lose that profession and become unemployed. So when you do bring them back in one at a time, then you can set down a new workstation, and that should fix the problem. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe, please like. If you have any questions, please leave me some comments below, and I look forward to giving you more information on the next video. Have a great day, guys.